So there is one way, and I say this all the time. Football is a game that you have to watch. You cannot read football and expect to have a good grasp on what you're talking about. And what I mean by that is you can't just take a cursory glance at the highlights, take a cursory glance at the stats, and think that tells you anything or that you're informed about it. You have to watch the games. You know what I mean? You got to watch the snaps. You got to feel the story for what's going on in the game, the conditions for the game. And then you can determine whether that game was good or bad. Too many times we determine how somebody played without very little context in between. And we end up making very wrong determinations on how guys are doing. This week is going to be an example of that because it's going to be very easy for those to say, hey, Deshaun only had under 200 yards, only one touchdown. Yeah, he's not that good. He didn't play that good. But you look at how he played, if you watch it in the context that it did, I think he had his first above average game for the Browns on Sunday, and I think he looked very comfortable. Let's go into it. I got 17 plays here that we're going to break down. All right, so this one is just to show you something that's going to become a staple in this offense, which is this orbit screen that the Browns like to do. Now, what an orbit screen is when the slot receiver, and let me go back further. So the slot receiver in an orbit screen is either going to go behind the running back and then run a little flat route here, or they're going to run here, curl out, and then run a wheel route, okay? But that's the orbit screen. And what this does is put the box, right, this box in conflict, because not only are you worried about Watson pulling, you're worried about Nick Chubb going downhill or creasing. And now you have to worry about, hey, is he about to go over top? Are they going to orbit this way? Or is he going to cut this back and go this way? So what that's going to do is put these two defenders in a conflict. When you do that, just a little hesitation is going to create some open space. So you're going to see here, right, the orbit screen. And then now you have Marlon Humphrey in conflict, right? Because do I cover this? Am I watching to see if David Njoku sneaks out here on the screen because he does that? He's done that before. Or do I crash down on this screen and potentially open up a window for Deshaun to run right past me? Same thing with Kyle Hamilton, right? You see these guys are in binds. They're away from the play. And then that allows you to get a real easy chunk here. Expect that to be a normal thing that they go to, is these orbit motions. All right, so this next play, what I want to talk about is the feet here. The last couple of weeks with Deshaun, I have been a big critic of his feet, right? I even showed clips of Joe Burrow and how good Joe Burrow's feet were to show you how much room Deshaun Watson had to grow in this area since coming back. And he has taken a tremendous leap from week 1, 2, and 3. Week 1, his feet weren't great. Week 2, they were today, the feet were excellent. Look at this. So he's in a red zone situation. I believe this is third. This is first down. You're backed up. And he needs to get this out. 1, 2, quick plant. Boom. It's the simple stuff. But last week he was taking 4 or 5 extra steps. And then what was more important is he not only improved it, he made it better than what I thought he would be able to make it, because I just wanted him to get to 1, 2, 3 clean step. He is going all the way from, he skipped a whole step here where it's like he's now going from 1 to I'm a plant now. Boom, and release. And he gets this ball off accurately. You notice how his pass lanes are clean because he's staying where he's supposed to when it comes to his depth in the pocket. And you notice how nobody's near him. He gets his pressure off and he's able to beat Bowser's hand for him to block this lane. So that's tremendous improvement. And we're going to see this all throughout this tape. All right, so, and we're going to see it right here again. See, he gets a blitz. He just stays calm, clean feet, clean plant, good throw. This right here is a slip screen, and what happens here is two things. One, two Ravens defenders make plays. 97 and I believe 18. That's not Pat Quinn. That's Roquan Smith just sniff out this screen pretty well, and then Nick Chubb he's too slow to get to his spot, so he ends up in a bad position to catch this ball. And with Nick Chubb in receiving, we're going to talk about that too a little bit later on, where he needs to improve, because he desperately needs to improve in some of this stuff. You see Nick Chubb kind of gets bumped up here, and it's because 97 sniffs it out, right? 97 gets up. He gets upfield past 75. He realizes that was too quick, and he goes to tackle Nick Chubb, and he realizes Nick Chubb's not trying to run through him. So now he makes that adjustment, runs back towards the ball, which then takes a extra lineman out the play, right? So, Wyatt Teller, who's supposed to be worrying about getting out in front, now has to cut back and tackle him to get him out the play. Well, not tackle, but block him. And then Roquan Smith, you see him about to line up here with 75. This is why he's Roquan Smith. Look how he evades this block. So look, even if Nick Chubb catches that, I think that's probably a blown up play. Ravens did a good job there. Nick Chubb didn't get to his spot quick enough, and I think that's on 97 and 18 more than it is on 24, but it's somewhat on 24 too. Again, 97 does a good job here, releasing upfield, realizing, oh shit, it's a screen. And then Roquan Smith just gets downhill. And look how he just avoids. Look at the beautiful way Roquan Smith's a hell of a linebacker. Like, look at this. Shuffle side and then slip, and he would have been there. So great defense by the Ravens there. Let's see. Oh, this read option keeper, where they pull Njoku to the other side. So they pull Njoku opposite side. This is going to be a 3rd and short staple for the Browns, because look how effective it is, right? So the reason this read option works so well with what the Browns like to do is you want to look at a guy like Roquan Smith, who we just saw blew up a play earlier. Look at how he gets sucked into this read option, right? They're supposed to be watching this, but just look at the conflict that it creates with the mesh point. So you get to the mesh. This is the mesh. The mesh is where the quarterback and the running back meet up. And you say everybody crashes in, and then Njoku can pull outside of an athletic edge like Odafe, and Watson can just get around him. And then it's easy money to get that first down. That's going to be a staple in the playbook. A staple. See right here, again, look at how they just kind of get beat here. There's nothing you can really do about that when you're working it right. All right, here, just look at the feet, man. The feet have been so much better since he came back. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, drops, pop, get it out on time, right? That exact route last week, he was not able to get it out on time because he was late. Why was he late? His feet were late. This week, 1, 2, he's already there. He could cut a little bit of time and a little bit of depth out of here, right? But I mean, that's more than serviceable. Look, he has his eyes up at the cross point of this mesh route, of these mesh routes between Njoku and Coop, so he can see which one has leverage and which one doesn't. They're throwing this into a cover 2, so you have to be careful. He sees that Pat Queen carries Harrison Bryant, which is going to put him out of position, which means you got to go Coop here, right? Because if you throw it at the 54, that's going to be a pick. Yeah, better feet lead to better eyes. Better eyes lead to better throws. Again, here, quick Pete, ball out, get it in Njoku on time, let him run with it. Let him run with it. Look at the feet. He's not wasting time anymore with it, right? Here, little jet run, throw it. Just get an easy first down. And then you can see here in that play, I believe there was an orbit motion, right? Another orbit motion. So we saw them do it to throw the wheel out the orbit. Now we're going to see them fake it, carry Hump out the play, run, and then try to get a quick 2-on-2 advantage here, right? And then get Coop underneath. The wrinkles in that orbit are going to be a wrinkle in this, or are going to be a staple in this playbook. All right, let's go here. Which one is this? Oh, the play action fake here is beautiful. Look at how hard he sells it, and then look at how hard both Roquan Smith and Pat Queen bite. And look how far out the play they are. This is a run action. The fake here is great, and then he just gets this out. Remember when Kevin Stefanski and him were talking about what they could bring to the table and what he can fix? It was his play action fakes. Look at how much better it's gotten already. The improvement is crazy. All right, right here. Oh, yeah, Chubb's got to be more vigilant here. So what's supposed to happen is you're going to see 14 get a free run, right? He shows blitz before the snap. Chubb's supposed to be looking for that, right? Because if there is a free run on a play action play, universally in every NFL playbook, what's supposed to happen is this running back's supposed to leave the play action fake and just immediately block the assignment. If you're watching the Bengals Bucks game, you saw Leonard Fournette do this pretty well. But instead, Nick Chubb's not really paying attention, doesn't see the free run from Kyle Hamilton, and just continues to take the fake, sees it too late, and then by the time it's a sack. That's on Chubb. Chubb's got to do a better job of knowing of reading the field too before he runs or does a play action. He got caught sleeping there. Again, he's supposed to see that. All right, right here, incredible growth with the feet. Look at this slide step here. I mean, this is just comfort in the pocket. So it's a 1, 2, 3 step, 4, 5 step drop. And then you notice he doesn't, instead of last week where he was getting extra depth, trying to get comfortable with his feet to set the throw, today he took a slide step. So he doesn't lose depth. He doesn't outrun his pocket angles. And then he gets rewarded with a great throw here. Good feet, better eyes, better throws. It's really that simple. Again, here, just good feet, good throw. And then Nick Chubb just, he does this a lot where he kind of just doesn't get to his spot. He's got to get to his spot. That's where he needs to improve. These are fixable things for Nick Chubb, but he just in general needs to be more aware when he's in passing concepts, and he just needs to be on time too. Too many times you see him out of rhythm, out of time, not in time, and then not really paying attention as much as he should. This play action fake here. Oh, okay, so this is one where I think Watson back. Play action fake. I don't know why he went off Coop, but he went off Coop early here. I think he went to see what was going on with David, or did he go to Baldwin? But he got off Coop early here. I think he could have had Coop if he trusted it. Yeah, he could have threw it there. He at the time. He just went off of him early. Don't know exactly why. That's going to be one he wants back. Yeah, I think Jacoby Brissett talked about too. That early in the season, one of the things was he kept getting off of Coop and not waiting for him, and then that was costing him completions down the line. Here's a throw to David Njoku. Chuck Clark does a good job of getting away with the hold here. Makes David trip, so David's late to his spot. If David's able to get there without stumbling, he's probably able to turn around, jump, get a 50-50 ball up. Who knows? But instead, he doesn't even get to the spot on time. I mean, it's a good ball. It's a good read. I like the decision. David doesn't get to the spot on time. Right, here's a single high, play action look, fake looks so much better, and then this is just a beautiful throw to Coop. Look at this. Ooh, that's a special throw. Across the field, down the field. These are the type of intermediate throws that only Watson can make. Because look at this window. It's tiny. This is a tiny window to make this throw. In order to get it to Coop inbounds, while also not letting this be something that's interceptable. Incredible throw on the opposite hash. Watson here with the play fake, rolls. Oh, and this is where he wanted Michael Woods. And what he wants Mike Woods to do, right? What Mike Woods does here is basically, I don't think Mike Woods knew what to do, right? He, saw Watson running towards him. He thought, okay, maybe I could block. Now I'm gonna get a penalty. Maybe I'm just gonna get out the way, right? So he just got out the way. What Watson wanted him to do was just sink upfield, right? Just like Njoku does, right? When you watch these guys when they do the scramble drill, they go upfield and slide, right? But Woods decides to take this like harsh angle for whatever reason. Yeah, and he just doesn't get to this ball, and you're gonna see it in the reverse angle. He had a lot of green in front of him. You see Watson immediately telling him to go upfield, man. But right here, Watson gets it. He might be able to get Njoku here, but it's a real dangerous throw because Njoku's not out ahead and he's starting to adjust his route. So good decision not making that one. He sees these two plant their feet to commit to Deshaun. And what Deshaun is saying is, hey, the second they commit, run to the end zone. I got you. I'll float one up there. Run to the end zone. So what Deshaun wanted right here was he wants Mike Woods to start floating so he can float that ball up to the front pylon. But Mike Woods doesn't move, so he just tries to like pivot to shovel it to him instead, and it's just a missed opportunity. They'll learn from that. This is one where they have Peoples-Jones run a beautiful, beautiful angle route here. I mean, this is a Peoples-Jones special angle route where like it never gets ran like this. But he catches this out the break. I mean, that's different. Catching it out the break and then exploding after it. And what happened here was Pat Queen like thought this was a curl or something. Like, you know what I mean? He thought he was just running a regular flat route. So he tries to crash on it. It's just a beautiful design there. To get Pat Queen out of position. They put him in conflict. He was in conflict, and bad things happen when you're in conflict. Right? Nice little wrinkle putting Peoples-Jones in the backfield. This one right here steps up, and this is where he hit the double, right? I would say he hit the double with this, right? Boom. Gets the slide, gets what he wants. And you notice the lack of hesitation he had this week, right? Like there was not a lot of pump faking and hesitation. It was just like, hey, 1, 2, 3. All right, man, I ain't seeing it. I'm gone, boy. I knew it was man. I'm gone. Let me get these 20 yards. That's Deshaun Watson this week, man. Much better, much improved. He looks like himself. The numbers aren't going to reflect it, but he was playing in a bad weather game. It wasn't that type of game. But 9 possessions, 5 of them were in scoring range. That's pretty good. I expect that number to get higher. Well, I don't think that number is going to get higher than over 50% because that's a league high number. But I expect things to continue in that direction. But that's it for this week's film breakdown. Y'all tell me what y'all think down below. Have a great day. Have a good night.